Tour is powering away up the hill, and it'll be first blood to Ireland. But it is Duvan, the favourite, collects the opener, ridden out to win by 3 or 4. And Altior is bounding clear up the hill, and it will take the Sky Bet Supreme Novices hurdle in tremendous style. But appreciate it, he's a wide margin winner, he must be 20 ahead. Constitution Hill, a class apart, wins the Supreme.
Supreme Novices hurdle time, the curtain raiser at Cheltenham. It is a fantastic day's race on the Tuesday, like obscenely good. I'm going to start the timer so that I can stop waffling. We just need to go through a few thoughts on the race. Obviously, we've got a very short price favourite in the Supreme. I feel like I should know the answer to this, but I can't imagine there's been many horses this short, this far out. I'm sure when we did it a couple of years ago for Appreciate, I'm sure he was still 6 to 4-ish. I haven't really looked at the market too much, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people are trying to find something to either bolster their book with, so they got Facile Vega and then something at like a bigger price to take it on with. I'm struggling to find anything that I think could be any bit of value. And the fact that I haven't been getting stuck in anti-post, and it is a very big concessions race at the festival, isn't it? I'm very lackluster about. I haven't seen anything I think really interests me at a big price. And I do think that I'm probably better suited now to just wait until the week of the festival, maybe try to go around a few shops and get some juicy price in there. I know it's a boring opinion, but like I think Facile Vega's already done enough to suggest that he's worthy of being the price that he is. I'm not completely sold on Marine National just for the fact of how close him and Irish Point got to each other the last day. I do think Irish Point, when you look at that price discrepancy, 20 to 1 for one horse that, I don't know, there's no reason why he wouldn't step forward from that. And Marine National at 6 to 1. I think there's a bit of a difference in there, but I think Facile Vega just wins. Daryl, can you give us anything more exciting about there? And are you excited for the Supreme?
Yeah, I'm excited for the Supreme. Of course I am. It's the opening race. I can't wait. I don't believe how many people are knocking Facile Vega. I know what he did at Fairy House the first day was not great. Right, it was a slow time. He jumped poorly, but it was such a big step forward for me from Fairy House to Leopardstown. I love the way he cruised through the race. He's pretty free. He's pretty headstrong, but it was the way when Ilate Tomps came to him at the last or after the last. It was the way he picked up again and went away from me. It was quite impressive, I thought that. And I'm really surprised that a lot of people were knocking that because I didn't think there was anything wrong with the performance. And like I say, I thought it was a big step forward from his first start to his second start. He's going to step forward again. The thing you got to remember in this race as well is that this is probably going to cut up quite significantly. I don't think Paul Town is going to take any chances on him, so he's not going to be buried away like he was in the bumper. I think he's just going to bowl along. And I tell you what, it's going to take a hell of a good one to try and catch him. And I don't think there's anything of that quality in this field. I think we're going to have a weak Supreme. I think Marine National is the right second fab, but I don't think he jumps well enough for me. For him to be able to jump well, to pick up Facile Vega, he's going to have to jump exceptionally well. And then hope that he picks him up. If Facile Vega hits a flat spot or something, but I just can't see that happening. I can see him swinging around the home turn and kicking away. I think he's a good thing, Dave. I really do. I've gone from wanting to try and take him on at Fairy House to now thinking he's a good thing, and I genuinely think he's a good thing.
Yeah, happy days. And like I say, there will be some concessions, so you never know. There'll be some boosts, I would have thought, for bookies trying to get some money in there. So he might end up being a bit of a backable price for low amounts. Obviously, with Marine National that you touched on there, maybe not being good enough. Sometimes this time of year, we'd be saying, right, we will see him at the Dublin Race Festival, get some more clues. He is going straight to Cheltenham. Jamie, how do you see it? Do you think there is anything behind them? Because like Daryl says there, Marine National probably is the right second favourite. Well, he said he is. I think he's probably the right second favourite. Facile Vega is the right favourite. Of those in behind, are we going to learn anything at the Dublin Racing Festival, do you think?
Not much, really, Dave. I presume Facile Vega will run there. I agree with Marine National as well. The jumping is not great, but like the ground was heavy, soft enough at Fairy House last day. I think he's better on better ground. Like the value is gone now, 6 to 1 top price. Not great, really, to be honest. I took a bit of tens that time. At that time, look, he's a bet. There's two horses that interest me, maybe Mulgy each way bets at the moment. I think that the Bramhead horse will come back here in the pocket, the one that maced the last day. Be 3-car brag and Absolute Notions. I think this will come back here. I think it won't stay at Ballymore trip at Cheltenham. I think it'll come back here. And the other interest in me is that now I think that it's after messing me up completely is the Talbot favourite is now out, Lucia. I had a funny feeling that Henderson is no Supreme horse because Jet Power blowed out the last day. Would she take the £7 option and take on Facile Vega?
I think so.
I think
I
she
think
will.
they will. I mean, I was tempted to put her on my column for Betfair this week, but then I thought, no, if she goes and wins in the Tolworth, she's going to almost certainly come to the Supreme. She's beaten in Tolworth. She's probably going to be a slightly bigger price for the mare's Novice. So I'm a bit disappointed she's not running as well. But
I'm really disappointed myself, because I thought she was the bet now, even without, or even for 20, what is it, top price 20, 25 to 1. Take the £7 and take on Fast Salve, because Nicky Henderson is nothing like. At the moment, he doesn't, if you think about it. So you never know. She might still come here, and I think she could be worth a bit of value, 25 to 1 top price.
Yeah, fair enough. The one thing I will say was I did the Betfair exchange screenshot, which I've stuck in the thumbnails of the videos, and she's 90s on the exchange for the Supreme. Obviously, she scoped dirty today.
So obviously, he's probably going to the Mayor's Novice.
Yeah, and that's it. So those are the sort of things that's very important to look at the exchange, but it doesn't mean it's always going to be the case. I remember Penhill when he won the Albert Bartlett was short for the Ballymore, but I think that pretty much wraps up the Supreme. So we will move on to the Arkle. Obviously, there'll be another link to the video in there. If you do fancy anything different or they're saying at a price you think we should know about, then please drop it in the comments below. Talks about these concessions. There will be, William Hill always do it, 5 places, and there could be 8 runners in the race. So there could potentially be some hoover up value there. And as we're talking about there are some at bigger prices, but I don't want to be mean, but the reality is Fast Vega is going to win. So I do think this is a market where everyone should just sit tight and wait for those concessions or backselling on the day. There's 27 more races after, isn't there?
Unless someone knows something they don't know, at last someone knows something the market doesn't know, then I would be waiting now for the day.
As you said there earlier, Dave, but as Daryl said, there's maybe no chance Fast Vega goes for the Ballymore. But you just don't know. I think it's a 10% chance he'll go to the Ballymore now because of depends what Gaelic Warrior does. But see, the only thing with Gaelic Warrior, you're taking a chance on Gaelic Warrior. He's going to Moscow Flare in the Punchestown. That's right-handed. Look by the way he jumped left-handed at Cheltenham. Do you know what I mean? So you just don't know yet. If Gaelic Warrior runs in the Supreme, Fast Vega runs in the Ballymore, we'll get on to that.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, we'll wrap it up there. We will move on to the Arkle. There will be a link after this to go and do it. So we will see you all, hopefully, in a second.